This is total crypto market cap, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. I was just digging into this kind of really more zoomed in. This is zoomed out on the weekly. In this video, I'm going to break down, if you're an altcoin holder right now, it doesn't matter what altcoin you're holding, you should be pretty excited, or at least optimistic, or at least I am. And I want to explain in this video why. I just was looking at this time frame data on the daily charts, and I want to just show you what I just found. It is so bullish for altcoin super season. So please hit the subscribe and like on the way in. This is in a time where, and we're going to talk about this, where right now Bitcoin dominance is falling on the weekly chart, almost exactly when it started falling last cycle at this time. But let me just start by just saying, I know I've been talking about, we're getting ready to enter a bull market. In a bull market, there's consolidation. In a bull market, there's big dips. And I've just been on in kind of a broad way, just saying, look at last cycle, look at all those dips in last bull market, and even the cycle before that. But I want to step away from just that broad statement, and I really want to zoom into like where we are right now in this cycle. And the similarities, they really are, like, they're mind-blowing. I've been doing technical analysis on this YouTube channel for years and tracking cycle data just to start zooming in. It's insane to me to see. Here's what I mean by this. Zoom out first on the total crypto market cap. This is altcoins. It's excluding Bitcoin, excluding Ethereum. This is a picture of altcoins. This moment last cycle, meaning here's 2020 Bitcoin halving, here's altcoin season kicking off. The data is on the Bitcoin dominance chart. Here's Bitcoin halving 2024. Here's altcoin season speculatively in December kicking off. We're like right around here, right? So 238 days past Bitcoin halving is when last altcoin season started. 238 days this time. What I want to show you is on the daily chart. As you know, we've kind of gotten this nice pump to the upside. This excitement around altcoin season is like getting kickstarted right now. And there's talk of, consolidation, a dip, what's going to happen, what kind of volatility. I want to go back and just show you at this moment. Recognize this purple line, speculatively altcoin season on the daily. At this moment, last cycle, now we're really zoomed in on this. This is not very broad anymore. There's the purple line, altcoin season last cycle. Look what happened just before altcoin season kicked off on this daily chart. We had this kind of swing high to a swing low dip. You can see is like 4 red candles there. Altcoins kind of falling, 30% dip. And then guess what happened? Altcoins went crazy and we just broke into altcoin season. Now, if we go to look at the chart now, and this plays right into, if you're wondering about this dip and you're like, man, what's going on with altcoins? What's up with crypto right now? You just got to glance at this time last cycle, what altcoins were doing. Talking about like almost a 30% dip. So far, the dip that we've seen, we're like 7% down right now. This is why in a recent video, I just said, this is like, there's crickets. Nothing has even really happened in terms of a dip yet. But look at the 20-day moving average, 17%. The 50-day moving average, around 29%. That's around the dip that we got last cycle at this time. For me, what that says, and this is mind-blowing, that this happened exactly at the same time last cycle. This says to me, we have a massive cushion for altcoins if they want to consolidate, if they want to prepare for the kind of just rocket ship into altcoin season. That cushion is right there. The thing is, though, I'm not so sure we're going to get a dip of that magnitude on this altcoin chart. If we look at Bitcoin dominance right now, this is on the daily, you see this, and this is what we've been tracking, the kind of reversal of momentum that Bitcoin has been seeing. We're starting to see Bitcoin fall below the 20, the 50, and instead of getting support at the 50, as you see recently in these higher highs and higher lows, it's actually closing candles below the 50-day moving average. The next stop for Bitcoin is around 57%. And the reason why that's important, right here, this 20-week moving average is at 58%. So Bitcoin, if we see a weekly candle close below that area, this very well might be altcoin season truly beginning. Last cycle, you can see this purple line. There's Bitcoin dominance making its way towards that 20-week and below, and that was when altcoins were kind of going crazy. So the beginning of January. Now, if we go to a Bitcoin chart, this is what Bitcoin is doing right now. And this is kind of I'm very much watching Bitcoin for context into what altcoins are going to be doing. As you know, Bitcoin has broken out of this neckline of this inverse head and shoulders, massive multi-year bull market setup. It is a brand new breakout. There is so much upside for this crypto bull market. This is just the beginning. From a technical perspective, though, a throwback into the 70s, that neckline area, and also this last cycle all-time high area, a throwback to the 70s is the most normal thing that could possibly happen right now. I'm not so sure that we're going to get that throwback, though. If we go back, again, using cycle data, last cycle at this moment, check out Bitcoin consolidating before this altcoin season started. It was just a lot of upward momentum, right? There's some red candles there, red candle there. And then I want to point out this. If altcoin season is about to start a little bit earlier, meaning we're kind of giving it till early December to start in terms of historical data, if it's going to start a little earlier, look what Bitcoin did when altcoin season started last cycle. 2 weeks of downside. Now, notice this is January 11th and January 18th, the weeks of January 11th and January 18th. I want to go to this chart. This is altcoins. January 11th, right here. January 18th, right there. We are talking green candles, while Bitcoin was seeing red candles. This is something we should very much be looking out for right now at this moment. Does Bitcoin start putting in red candles while we see this chart, the total crypto market cap chart on the weekly, start putting in green candles? At the very least, we can kind of frame it a little bit differently. Does Bitcoin start putting in red candles of consolidation on its weekly chart, while this chart maybe still puts in red candles, but not as large red candles? Meaning at this moment, do we start seeing altcoins outperforming Bitcoin? And the chart to look for this signal is the Bitcoin dominance chart. And right now, everybody, you can see this weekly chart. It is happening. Altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin in this current consolidation. So what I'm watching for in the next 6 days, because that's where we are. We have 6 days left. We just had a brand new daily candle. We're a day in. How does this week close for Bitcoin dominance? You can see how, from a time frame perspective, we are getting so close. Whether it's December 9th on this chart or a week later, I think is where I have it on the total crypto market cap chart. We are just right here. Do altcoins truly start outperforming Bitcoin in the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe 4? That's what I'm watching right now. And it could happen at any moment. It might be happening right now in this moment based on the Bitcoin dominance chart. So I wanted to kind of point this out to you, zoom in a little bit more on the story on how altcoins are kind of making their way forward into this altcoin season. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please hit the subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Turn notifications on as we track this bull market. And if you enjoyed the video, please consider smashing that like button. Your support means a ton. I'll see you all in the next video. God bless.